In the Weather Center. Hey, Tracy.
Hello there. Well, good morning to all. We start with a look at the radar. We still have that lingering light snow kind of wrapping around behind that system. We talked about this potential yesterday. So at times you are going to bump into some flurries this morning as well as some light snow showers. I do think it's possible we could get maybe up to a half of an inch of accumulation. Wind advisory in effect until 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's 34 degrees right now out at O'Hare, 34 currently at Midway. But boy, you factor in that wind. We have wind chills, upper teens, lower 20s, but when we get higher gusts, they're even colder.
Targeting. U.S. Vice President Joe Biden spoke by telephone with Ukraine's president on Thursday and made it clear that the U.S. is prepared to sanction those officials responsible.
All of a sudden, there it was.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Yeah.
We've seen everything this week.
We have seen everything. We've felt everything. We have some more snow. Did you drive in through any?
Yeah, there are little flurries, right? Coming down. Yes.
Yeah. But it may reduce visibility just because of the wind kind of blowing some of this around. So something to just bear in mind as you get out and about through your Friday. And we take a look. First off, again, this is going to be a day this morning. As we look at our microcast computer model, what it is forecasting could see a couple tenths of an inch of snow accumulating here this morning. I think most of us would come in less than a half of an inch. Now, the other issue, of course, is the wind, and we have the wind advisory. It is in effect for really the entire ABC 7 viewing area until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So do anticipate these very windy conditions that are going to stick around throughout the morning hours and certainly into most of the afternoon. And I think even when the wind advisory expires at 3 o'clock this afternoon, I still think we're going to have some fairly decent wind gusts around the area. These are the sustained winds, and you can see sustained winds right now anywhere from about 16, 17 miles per hour to almost 30 miles per hour, but we are getting higher gusts that are greater than 40 miles per hour in some cases. Our high temperature today, this has already been reached of 36 degrees. The average high today is 36. I don't think we'll get back up to about a 36. If we do, we'll tap it briefly. But 34 degrees, that's been our low so far. That number will change before this day is through. Records intact. Look at that, 67 degrees. The record high set back in 1930. 6:39, that is sunrise time today. Sunset at 5:32. Right now, 34 at O'Hare. Southwest winds sustained 24 miles per hour. That's giving us our AccuWeather real feel of 22 degrees. As you look at some of the temperatures on the board right now, some in the 20s, 29 in Cary, Antioch at 32, Midway now at 34. Over in Lowell, Indiana, you're at 37 degrees. So here you can see kind of the light snow that is wrapping around the core of that system that is well off to the north. I think we're going to have some light snow and flurries from now until maybe even 8, 9 o'clock around the area this morning. Then that should lift out of here. I wouldn't even be surprised if we get a little bit of sun later in the afternoon. But first, we'll have to get through this little bit of a mess. Now, as we take a look around the country and mainly across Wisconsin as well as into Iowa, these blizzard warnings do continue to be in effect out across southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and yes, heavy snow coupled with very strong winds will continue there. Of course, we are going to have the strong winds here throughout much of the day. Colder air comes in for the weekend. We're looking at high temperatures at best, maybe about 30 degrees here tomorrow. So this morning, cloudy and windy.
Today on Windy City Live.
It's our Spot-tacular. Find out about the latest beauty trends, skincare tips for every age, surprising things in your kitchen that can help you look your best.
Okay, 4:47 right now. Let's check out weather for you. Here's Tracy.
Yeah, I got to fight until it's over. Well, good morning to you. Yeah, we're fighting through some additional light snow and some flurries in the area this morning. I think accumulations will be minor, if any. Up to maybe a half of an inch is a possibility. But the other battle we're dealing with this morning, of course, the strong gusty winds. Right now, 34 degrees out at O'Hare. We do have winds in the area, 25 to as high as 42 miles per hour. And yes, it will.
Butler.
She's in the Weather Center. Morning, Trace.
And good morning to all. And this morning we start with a look at the radar because guess what? We do have some light snow and flurries around the area. Shouldn't amount to all that much, maybe a half of an inch at best. But here in the city, just some flurries over northern Indiana from Gary and then down toward Monique, Piatone, into Dwight. As you can see, we are getting some light snow and some flurries there. And they do extend out toward DeKalb this morning, too. Add to that, we have the wind advisory. It's in effect until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Very strong wind gusts with us here still on this Friday morning. You look at the temperatures. We just dropped 2 degrees out at O'Hare, where it's 32 right now, 31 Sugar Grove, 31 degrees currently in Flossmoor, Roz.
Yeah, that